GoPros. This is why I'm gonna get a GoPro.
Welcome, Todd Hammer fans, to Adepticon training. Another Saturday of Chaos Knights versus the Eldar. We will be playing the, what is this? The Old Ways mission today. So let's have an overview of our Chaos Knights. We've got three here representing my three Chaos armies. This gentleman has two Gatling cannons as well as the Icarus cannon on top. This is a Knight Rampager of the Khorne disposition. And here we have our Black Knight, our Black Legion Knight with two rapid-fire battle cannons and the Icarus cannon as well. We've got the Lord of Skulls, and then we've got Bular, who is actually a Chaos War Dog, and I'll be working on putting that kit together this week, so that next week we can stop having Bular in my army. So there we go, that is 2,000 points of Chaos.
Let's get into this Craft World Eldar army overview for the Old Ways battle with these Chaos Knights. We are going to be running custom Craft Worlds, which are going to have the traits Expert Crafters and Masters of Concealment, so always in cover, and each unit will get to reroll a hit and a wound roll per phase, or per one shooting or fighting phase. Let's be honest, I should not be fighting or else it's bad. So we'll start off with this battalion here. We have the Warlord, the Autok with Swooping Harkwings. We'll also have the Shimmer Pool of Arcurial, can't say it, but basically adds a wound and -1 to hit. And we'll also have Iriliath, the Phoenix Lord of the Shadow Specters. And then we have a unit of Dire Avengers with the Exarch with two Dire Avenger Shuriken Catapults. They will also have 2 units of Rangers behind them. And we will have this unit of Shadow Specters to complete that battalion. Then we have an Outrider detachment here for another command point. We will have a Warlock on Skyrunner and a Farseer Skyrunner. The Warlock will be taking Conceal and Reveal. The Executioner, the Farseer on Skyrunner will be taking Executioner and Fortune. Then we have a unit of Swooping Hawkwings with the Evade power, so they have I believe a 5+ or 6+ invuln, I believe. Then we have the Warp Spiders, 2 units of Warp Spiders here with the Web of Deceit. So once per battle, they'll be able to come off the board and move anywhere 9 inches, more than 9 inches from an enemy unit. And then we have the Spearhead detachment here. We'll be HQ'd by a Warlock with Protect and Jinx, and then a Farseer with Doom and Guide, who will have Faucho's Wing as another relic, so that's -1 CP. They will be over this 7 Dark Reapers with 1 Dark Reaper Exarch. They will have the long range ability, so while the Exarch is there, you can add 6 inches to their range. 4 or 6, can't remember. But we'll also have 3 Fire Prisms here, 2 not quite painted, just newly put together last night, and we'll have the transport of the Wave Serpents. And that's 1,998 points of Craft World Eldar. Alright, let's look at this deployment for the Old Ways. Victory points are accumulated by 1 victory point for holding an objective at the beginning of your turn, starting with round 2. If you hold 2 or more, that's a bonus 2 victory points. And if you hold more than your opponent, that's a bonus 3 victory points. And then you get 1 victory point for each unit you killed. So maximum of 4. He only has 5 units, so that's going to be a challenge for me to really get too many points from that. And then the player going second gets another additional victory point for each objective they hold at the end of the game. So that's a good bonus there too. And then we have the solo kill, which is if you kill a unit in a turn where your team doesn't, or where your opponent doesn't, that's a victory point. Slay the Warlord, victory point, and modified line breaker at the end of the game if you have a unit in their deployment zone. That's another victory point. So that's where we stand. But as far as deployment in this map, he spread out his knights quite evenly throughout the whole board. So to combat that, we kind of spread out the Fire Prisms and just units. Got a pretty heavy section over here trying to take out this I don't care about your hit roll modifiers guy. I think that will be my primary target, so we'll try to light him up. And then we got some Warp Spiders, a unit of Rangers, and some Swooping Hearts up in the webway, waiting to strike turn 2 or 3. That's where we stand for deployment. Let's get ready for turn 1 and the roll-off.
Hey, there we go. End of chaos, turn 1. We had a really fortunate everything that turn. So apologies to my Craft World brothers as we do this recap. But Nurgle Knight here did some shooting at the Fire Prism, formerly of this position. We did kill him. Had some good rolling. Chris's saves weren't fantastic, so 1 Fire Prism down. Lord of Skulls did some shooting on the Fire Prism over there, formerly of that position. We took a few wounds, maybe 6 wounds off. The Black Legion Knight did use his rapid fire battle cannons on this Fire Prism, and we did get him down to 2 wounds through the Icarus Cannon as well. Icarus Cannon definitely did the business on all these flying units. The real MVP of this turn, though, is the Rampager. So we did move up. We had a 5 on the advance roll, so we moved 24 inches. Then we played the full tilt stratagem to be able to charge. We charged into this Fire Prism here. We killed him with our Thunderstrike Gauntlets, doing 36 damage, so he died. Then on a 4-up, we threw the debris at this Fire Prism and did 3 mortal wounds, killing him as well. None of them blew up. And so at the end of Chaos turn 1, that is a 3 Fire Prism down turn for the Chaos Knights. So really, really fortunate for us. But we get no VPs as of yet.
End of the Craft World Eldar turn 1. After losing all Fire Prisms in round 1, and Dark Reaper, I think, too, I moved into the Tower of Death, in theory, and unloaded all my psychic power, all my shooting power, all that shooting power into this knight that was right here, the Warlord. He shrugged all of that off with 21 wounds to start with, had 19, did 19. 2 left, and I thought, what do I have up my sleeve that I could possibly do? So I discharged my Serpent Shield, because I needed him dead. Did 3 mortal wounds with the Serpent Shield, so he died. However, stratagems were played. He exploded on a 4+, 5-inch range on his 2d6, so that saved me a little bit, so those guys were not affected. But we took wounds here and here and here, lost 3 Shadow Specters, took 5 wounds there, lost wounds there, so really only lost 3 Shadow Specters, but I lost a lot of d6 mortal wounds. Did get a victory point for Slay the, or 2 victory points technically for Slay the Warlord, but that's really it. And I did deny Solo Blood by actually taking a knight out, even though I lost 3 units. But that's where we stand at the end of turn 1. 2-0, Craft World Eldar. Killing it with no army left.
End of Chaos turn 2. Lord of Skulls moved up just to get into make sure that this Autok was in range and the closest unit so we could shoot him. We did kill him. He had 1 wound left after the Rampager explosion. We did some shooting into this Wave Serpent, and all guns combined got him down to 1 wound. The Black Legion Knight did some shooting at the Dark Reapers and did kill them. And then the Nurgle Knight over here moved up, did some shooting with our Gatling cannons on the Dire Avengers, firmly up there, and then we used our Flamer on these gentlemen, and then charged in and used our Stompy Feet to kill them. And then our Proxied War Dog sat on an objective and no one was visible, so we didn't shoot anybody. But overall, pretty good turn. We did kill the Warlord and 3 additional units, so we that's a 10-point turn for Chaos. End of our turn 2.
End of the Craft World Eldar turn 2. We turned the Tower of Doom on the Lord of Skulls, and we kind of threw some guys over in that one too, the Farseer and the Warlock on the Skyrunners. Threw everything I had, relaunched the Serpent Shield for a command point, Did get the Lord of Skulls down from 27 wounds to 11? Did a whole bunch, 28 to 11, so 17 wounds there, so pretty good with all the psychic powers and some shooting, so that was decent. We dropped in everybody over this corner on top of this war dog over here, and nicked 4 wounds off of him with all the shooting and grenade pack dropping. But no victory points to be had that round, so at the end of 2, we're sitting at, looks like 14-2 right now for these ridiculous knights that the Eldar can't kill. Well, sort of. But it's, you know, yeah.
End of Chaos, turn 3. Positioned and did some shooting. Not a lot to report. This gentleman just holding down this objective. Did some shooting over there. And this guy stood up to 2 rapid-fire battle cannons. That 4-pin bolt is a thing. The Lord of Skulls did use his flamer and killed his compatriot that was right here. Then we did our demon cannon and took the remaining wound off of the Wave Serpent. Our War Dog killed 2 Swooping Hawks, and then the Nurgle Knight with the Gatling cannons. We did shoot the Icarus cannon, which Chris saved on the Wave Serpent, and then we killed the Rangers formerly of this building. So overall, we did get 9 points that turn, 6 for the objectives, and then 3 for 3 units killed. And that's it for turn 3.
End of the Craft World Eldar turn 3. Warp Spiders did some shooting over here, got in, and with the Swooping Hawks doing a little bit of shooting, I don't think they did any damage. But we did take 3 wounds off of the War Dog / Bolar stand-in right there, so that was good. And then we shifted again the Tower of Doom. We consolidated to the original Tower of Doom. And between Aureliath and all of the psychic powers I could muster, the Lord of Skulls evaporated. Did not explode, he just evaporated. So that's kind of where we stand right now. We got 1 knight on that objective, 1 knight on that objective. We are holding, because of bodies, this objective. And then we have 2 more objectives that are unclaimed. And after 3 rounds, it is 23-3 in favor of the Chaos Knights.
End of Chaos, turn 4. This Nurgle Knight did some shooting at the Warp Spiders of this position, and the Gatling Cannons were able to clean them out. Trying to loosen up this objective here. This gentleman, the War Dog, fell back, cannot shoot. He doesn't have the super heavy walker, so he's just kind of glaring at the remaining Warp Spiders. This gentleman did some shooting, killed one of the Shadow Specters of this building, and then there was a Farseer Skyrunner that was the closest unit. We were able to shoot him, and the Icarus battle cannon was able to clean him up. So overall, 3 units, and that is it for Chaos turn 4.
End of the Eldar, turn 4. That's 4, so got 1 more. Trying to figure out this objective thing and try to catch up. Aurelius got down here, hit Bolar / War Dog 4 times, missed all the wounds. We did eventually with shooting. I don't know, did he start with 1 at this turn?
No, you took 2 wounds off.
Okay, so I got a couple wounds off him, but couldn't quite kill the War Dog, but we did kind of tie him up, so that's a good thing. Swooping Hawks came over on here after the Warp Spiders moved off of it. So if they can survive that, which I doubt it, but we'll see what happens there. And then over here, we got a guy hiding around here. Hopefully he can be the closest, like trying some tactical don't kill me everywhere thing, but I don't know if it'll work. But that's where we stand at the end of 4. It is 32-4 for the stupid knights.
End of Chaos, turn 5. We got 3 points, and then we fought and didn't kill anybody, and that's the end of our turn. So turn 5, just holding it down for right now. Cool.
All right, end of the Craft World Eldar turn 5 and end of the game. Thankfully, there wasn't a whole lot of movement, so the Swooping Hawks stayed on this objective. Aurelius stayed on that middle objective out there. After some movement phase, you can't see behind all the smoke from all the carnage, but the Warlock got onto that objective. So we started with 2 objectives for 3 victory points. Then we killed Bullar here after all the shooting, all the fighting, all everything. So we got solo blood there, and then these warp spiders with their warped up generator flew out of coverage and were still able to shoot. So they got back into line breaker for 2 more points. And then since I went second, I did get 3 objectives for the end game special second player going objective for 2 more points. End of the game was with all of the early objective maxing out by the Chaos. The final score was 35-15, which with Adepticon scoring turns into a 40-0 win for the Chaos Knights. It was fun, but I got wiped off the board yet again. I held more objectives at the end, so I win.